Hello, friends! Welcome to Ingenious Kids World.
I found an amazing website called Soapmaking Friend that acts as a digital assistant for soap makers. It helps you design recipes from scratch, manage your stock, and stay organized throughout the entire creation process, giving you the control and confidence needed to transform your creative ideas into high quality professional soap bars. In our upcoming series, we will apply this knowledge using the Soap Making Friend calculator to work on several specific formulations, including the Lavender Exfoliating Bar, the Classic Castle Liquid Wash, the Shea and Clay Fusion, and the Blue Lagoon Smoothing Scrub. To succeed with these, we have to talk about lye. Put simply, lye is the essential ingredient that triggers the chemical reaction known as saponification. Without lye, your oils and fats would just remain oils. It's the lye that transforms them into real, solid soap. When we talk about using a lye ratio or calculating your ingredients, we're talking about precision. Think of it as baking a delicate cake. You need the exact measurements to ensure all the lye is successfully reacted and transformed, leaving you with a safe, gentle, and effective bar of soap that is pleasant to use. Because lye is a strong chemical, we always had to live with care, following safety guidelines to ensure the soap is perfectly balanced and safe for your skin. Before we begin, a critical safety reminder. Always wear your personal protective equipment, including gloves and goggles. Remember the lye to water rule. Always add lye to water, never the other way around. To ensure your safety during the actual process, I'll show you exactly how to navigate the settings, understand the ratios, and customize your own blend safely. Let's get started. Once you log into your Soapmaking Friend account, you can change or edit the recipe name by clicking on New Recipe. Recipe date by default will take the current date. In section 1 under liquid soap, solid soap or non-soap product, there are 4 options. First is solid soap. Using NaOH sodium hydroxide, NaOH purity recommended is 99%. Next, liquid soap. Using KOH potassium hydroxide. KOH purity recommended is 90%. Hybrid soap uses a combination of both KOH and NaOH. Non-soap products are used for formulations that don't require lye. This is the industry standard to ensure your calculations are precise. Once that is confirmed, we can move on to the next step. As we build our recipes in the Soapmaking Friend calculator, you'll notice options for autosave, which ensures your progress is never lost, and the ability to toggle between public modes or private mode. To begin, we identify the type of product we want to create. Solid soap utilizes sodium hydroxide NaOH. NaOH purity recommended is 99%. In step 2, under select recipe units of measure, we have to select our units. If you're a beginner, grams is the industry standard for precision necessary to keep our recipe balanced. As for the batch size, 500 grams weight is the standard starting point. It's perfect batch size, not too much and not too little. In step 3, amount of liquid lye ratio, the calculator usually provides a default ratio like 2:1 or 33% lye concentration. Keep this as it is. It's calculated to ensure your soap sets properly. As a beginner, don't try to change this number yet. Let the soap making friend handle this chemistry for you. In step 4, think of super fat as your safety buffer. Recommended settings for this is 5%. This means 5% of the oils in your recipe remain as oils rather than turning into soap.
It makes your bar much more moisturizing and gentle on your skin. In step 5, oil, fats, and waxes. This is where your soap gets its personality. You want a perfect balance as oils you choose determines the quality of your soap bar. For a balanced recipe, we aim for a blend of properties. For example, coconut oil provides cleaning power and bubbles. Olive oil provides conditioning and luxury. Hard butters, like Shea, add longevity to the bar. My tip, look at the soap qualities bar on the side. If you want a harder bar, increase your oils that are high in stearic acid. If you want more bubbles, ensure your coconut oil is around 20 to 30%. Now, before we save, look at the results panel again. You see a section that displays various bar properties. For a balanced, high quality soap, these specific numbers should generally fall within these recommended ranges. Bubbly. This measures the quality of the lather. Cleansing. This indicates the soap's ability to remove oil and dirt. Keep this between 12 and 22. Too high and the soap can be very drying to the skin. Conditioning. This tells you how moisturizing the bar will be for a gentle hydrating wash. Hardness. This measures how long lasting and firm your bar will be. A number below this might result in a soft bar that melts away quickly. Creamy. This represents the stability of the lather to ensure the soap feels silky and smooth during use. If your numbers are outside these ranges, simply go back to your oils, fats, and waxes section and adjust your percentages slightly. The result panel will update in real time, showing you exactly how those changes improve your bar's performance. Next, we have custom additives. These are ingredients like clays, micas, or botanical seeds that add color, texture, or visual interest to your soap. Here I have used poppy seeds and dried lavender. When you select an additive, the calculator will provide a recommended default amount, like 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon. For very first batch, always stick to these default measurements. These amounts are preset by the calculator to ensure your additive looks great without affecting the structure or safety of your soap. Simply input the default amount and you're good to go. Step 6. Custom liquids. Next is custom liquid section. By default, the calculator uses water, which is perfect for most soaps. However, if you want to use a specific liquid, like the coconut milk we're using for our Shea and clay fusion, the calculator makes it easy. Simply select your liquid from the list, and the calculator will automatically update the amount in grams. You don't need to do any complex math. The calculator does it for you to ensure your recipe remains safe and effective. Just input your liquid you want to use and follow the weight it provides. In step 8 fragrance, the calculator usually suggests 3%. This is safe standard amount. It ensures your soap smells beautiful without causing skin irritation. When in doubt, stick to the 3% guideline. Next in step 9 notes, this is the most important step for your growth. Use the notes section to recall what you did. Write down your oil blend or any special additives. Once you make a perfect bar, you may want to look back at your notes to recreate it exactly the same. Finally, you can upload a photo of your finished soap here. It turns this page into a digital recipe book that you can come back to whenever you want to share your work or make another batch. Now I'm taking you through the powerful features of soapmakingfriend.com, the perfect resource for your soap making projects. Check out the My Recipe section, where you can easily organize and view your greatest soap formulations. Like this solid soap recipe. Here, you can review your entire recipe, from the description and key features to specific usage instructions, ensuring your soap turns out perfectly every time. Notice the convenient edit button if you ever need to tweak your recipe details. Let's demonstrate by editing this recipe title to Lavender Exfoliating Bar Recipe. It's seamless and keeps everything updated.
Once you're done editing, just hit save.
Updated recipe is ready to go. For inspiration, explore the sample recipes library. It's packed with tried and tested formulas to help you get started with your next batch. Finally, dive into the extensive recipe database with over 39,000 formulations. You can filter by author, recipe type, or ingredients to find exactly what you need. Happy soap making! Now, let's get started to make your own natural liquid soap recipe. Classic Castle Liquid Wash. Using a balanced blend of nourishing oils, we'll create a liquid soap. Classic Castle Liquid Wash that is deeply cleansing yet incredibly moisturizing. It's the perfect recipe if you're just starting out.
Open up your soap making friend calculator. Liquid soap, solid soap, or non soap product. First, choose liquid soap and set your KOH purity to 90%. Think of this as telling the app exactly how strong your soap making ingredients are, so everything turns out safe. Select recipe units of measure. Grams is the industry standard for precision necessary to keep a recipe balanced.
Batch size 500 grams. Weight is the standard starting point. Amount of liquid in recipe. Next, set your water ratio 3 to 1. Using a bit extra water is a beginner's best friend because it helps the soap base dissolve smoothly later on. Super fat. We'll also set super fat to 5%. This just means we're adding a little extra goodness to your skin feeling soft. Oils, fats, and waxes. Now, the best part. You can pick any oils you like. If you want to experiment, follow the 40-40-20 rule for a balanced bar. Choose a hard oil like coconut for bubbles, a soft oil like olive oil or sunflower for conditioning, and a specialty oil like castor to keep the lather stable. Don't worry about the math. Just type your percentages into the calculator and it will automatically calculate the exact lye you need for your unique blend.
Final prep, custom additives. Since we are not using any additives for this classic batch, we are ready to move on to the next step. Once you've selected your oils for our liquid, we're using distilled water, which requires exactly 340.1 grams. Our required KOH weight is 113.37 grams. The calculator gives us the exact amount to use for this 500 gram base. Finally, add your favorite scent at a 3% ratio, about 15 grams, to make it smell amazing.
The calculator gives us the exact amount to use. Before hitting save, don't forget to track your batch data in the notes. Log your batch date, your exact oil percentages, track your trace time during mixing, and record your dilution ratios. I've noticed that this liquid soap formulation was created using the cold process method. Recording this keeps track of the process of the full different soap varieties I'm developing for the Soap Making Friend platform. Upload a quick picture of your final clarity, title it The Classic Castle Liquid Wash, and save your recipe. You're ready to start soaping. When you click the Save button, a pop-up will appear. If you have used this name before, you can choose the option to update new recipe or save anyway. Once you set your ingredients, look here at the recipe total. The app provides a clear breakdown of your water and KOH amounts based on the oil percentage you entered. Just below that, you see the bar graph. This is a great way to visualize your soap's personality. It shows you the predicted performance of your recipe, like bubbly, cleansing, hardness, longevity, and creamy, compared to the recommended ranges shown in the lighter bars. If your colored bar falls within a lighter range, you know that you have a well balanced, high quality soap recipe. In this video, I'll show you how to use the Soapmaking Friend website to plan a hybrid soap recipe. In section 1, under liquid soap, solid soap, or non soap product, here select hybrid soap to enable the use of both KOH and NaOH in your formulation. Section 2, Units of Measure. Set your units to grams and percentages. Then define your total oil weight. Example 500 grams, which acts like the base for all other calculations. Section 3, Amount of liquid. Set your liquid to lye ratio and concentration percentage. The calculator will automatically compute the exact water volume required to maintain the chemical balance. Section 4, Super fat. Choose your super fat percentage, which determines the amount of unsaponified oil remaining in the final bar. Section 5, Oils, Fats and Waxes. Select your desired oils from the database. The calculator will automatically adjust the required grams for each to maintain your total oil weight. I have used coconut oil 30%, olive oil 50%, and shea butter 20%. We have already discussed the result panel before, so we skip that. Section 6, Custom Additives. Input your choices for additives. I have used Kaolin Clay. The system updates the recipe totals to ensure the formulation remains chemically balanced. Section 7, Custom Liquid. I have used RO water here. The system updates the recipe totals to ensure the formulation remains chemically balanced. Section 8, Fragrances. Enter your fragrance using grade example 3%. The tool calculates the necessary weight in grams based on your total oil weight to meet standard safety guidelines. Section 9, Notes. Document that you're using the cold process method here. Use this section to record observations about better behavior, such as how quickly the mixture reaches trace. And lastly, section 10, Images and Saving. Upload your process images and click Save to finalize and store your project in the system. Since I didn't change the recipe name before, I'll change it now to the Shea and Clay Fusion. Now we're creating a luxurious custom skincare product, the Blue Lagoon Smoothing Scrub. This is a non-soap project, perfect for beginners looking, which means there is no saponification process, no lye, and no need to worry about the super fat ratios. Those are specifically for soap making. Under step 1, liquid soap, solid soap, or non-soap product, select non-soap product. Next, set your total batch weight under select recipe units of measure. Choose grams and set your target weight to 500 grams for this batch. Under the all fats and waxes section, we'll use a versatile ratio to get that perfect smoothing consistency. I have chosen sweet almond oil, 40%. It adds a light, nourishing feel. Then coconut oil, fractionated, 30%, keeps the scrub smooth and easy to spread. Then shea butter is 20%, provides deep hydration. Lastly, jojoba oil, 10%, gives a beautiful silky finish. Watch your results panel as you add these. The total at the bottom will automatically climb to exactly 500 grams. Step 4, Customizing with Additives. Now, let's make the Blue Lagoon scrub. In the custom additive section, we'll add our functional ingredients. Vitamin E acts as a preservative against rancidity. Sugar, 0.6 teaspoon, adds a gentle soothing exfoliant. Salt, 1.5 teaspoon, provides the physical exfoliation. Mermaid Blue Mica, to give it that iconic lagoon color. Adjust this to your preference until you achieve the perfect shade. Step 5, Addressing liquids. You will see a custom liquid section for this non-soap scrub. We are skipping this section entirely. This area is designed for water-based soap making, which we're not doing today. Step 6. Fragrance, we stick to the recommended ratio 3%. Step 7. Update the details of step followed in notes section for later reference so you can refer when needed. Step 8. Upload the final product image that you created. Finalizing and saving. As you begin selecting your ingredients, review your total on the right-hand result panel to ensure everything is correct. As you add oils, fats, and waxes totaling 500 grams. Custom additives, showing your calculated percentages and weights. Recipe totals, giving you the final total weight of your mixture, about 528 grams, including additives. As you look at your custom additives section, you might notice that Soapmaking Friend has already pre-populated essential functions ingredients for our scrub, such as the salt, the sugar, and vitamin E. However, you must see that the mermaid blue mica is still shown as 0. The reason for this is simple. Salt, sugar, and vitamin E are functional ingredients required for the scrub's performance and stability. Mica, on the other hand, is purely a creative choice because every maker has different aesthetic preference, from deep, vibrant blues to soft, subtle pastels. The software leaves this field blank so you can decide exactly how much color your specific project needs. Since we are aiming for a blue lagoon look, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of mica manually. As you enter this, you see the software automatically convert your teaspoon measurements into 5 grams of weight. Now, if you check your results panel, you see the colorant has been successfully integrated into your total recipe weight, which is perfect. Now, pay close attention to your results panel. Before adding the mica, our total recipe weight was 528.14 grams. Once I manually add my 1 teaspoon, 5 grams of mermaid blue mica, you'll see that the total update in real time. Because of that addition, our new total recipe weight is now 533.17 grams. This is exactly why the results panel is your best friend. It tracks every single gram you add to your formula, ensuring that your batch size is always precise and perfectly accounted for. Now, let's have a look at the Batches tab. First, navigate to the Batches tab in the main navigation menu. Then, select New Batch from the drop-down menu. You will be presented with a list of saved recipes. Select the recipe you want to start a batch for by clicking the Start Batch button next to the recipe name. Then, filling out batch details. Give your batch a name. Example, Lavender Exfoliating Bar Recipe Batch 6x28. Enter a unique identifier for your batch. Example, LAV-EXF-2026-001. Ensure the date is correct. Configuring the size section. Choose between as per recipe or resize. Next, in portion section, set your waste batch weight percentage. Set the expected shrinkage after curing percentage. Under number of portions, enter the count, example 10. Enter the portion bar size in grams. Verify the excess weight indicator. Our goal is to get this number as close to 0 as possible, or at least to a manageable level that accurately reflects the real-world process. Add a tag if desired, example stock. Number 4. If applicable, add packaging details by clicking Add Row. Select the packaging item, example box, bottle, enter the quantity and verify the total. Then, setting, curing, technique, and environment. Set the cure time either by selecting a specific date or by entering a number of days. Select your method, example cold process, temperature and humidity. Enter the environment conditions for your batch. Number 6. Adding labor and reviewing inventory. Click Add New Labor to record costs associated with different tasks: batch preparation, mixing and pouring, cutting and blending. Review the inventory section to ensure all base oils, lye, water, additives, and liquids are accounted for. Number 7. Finalizing. Add any optional notes or images in the Notes and Images section. Select Save Batch to complete the process. Once saved, you can view the batch details, edit, copy, delete, or print the log. Next, in the Batches tab, select My Batches from the drop-down menu to view your created batches. Utilize the available filters, such as Name Contains, Batch Code Contains, Start Date, and Ready Date, to quickly find the specific batches in your inventory. Locate your specific batch in the results list to view essential information like the ID, batch code, name, recipe, and key dates. Clicking on a batch name will open a detailed view where you can perform various actions, including editing, copying, canceling, deleting, or printing the batch record to manage your soap making workflow effectively. I will now show you how to organize your inventory using Inventory section on Soapmaking Friend. Keeping track of your raw materials and packaging is essential for managing costs and knowing exactly what you have in stock. Before we log any items, we need to set up our organization system. First, head to Inventory Lab and select on Supply Location. Click plus Add Location to create a storage name like Workshop Shelves and add a description so you always know where your materials are kept. Next, go to My Suppliers. Adding your suppliers here makes it much easier to track where your ingredients come from and simplifies ordering later. Now let's register your items. Go to My Supplies to add your master list of ingredients, like olive oil. Finally, let's record a transaction using Add Purchase. Select your supplier, the purchase date, and identify the type of item, whether it's an oil base or packaging. Fill in the quantity unit and price per container. Don't forget to include any discount, shipping, or tax fees at the bottom. Entering these ensures your final cost per unit reflects the true expense of your supplies, which is vital for calculating your profit margins later. Once you save, everything is updated in your My Purchase history. Now you have a professional, accurate record of your entire inventory. Similarly, for your finishing touches, use the My Packaging option to track items like soap boxes or labels. This works just like a supply section, keeping your packaging stock levels updated and visible. To help you get the most out of it, I've organized our exploration into a journey through the magazine tab. Think of this tab as your personal library. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by the science of soap making, this is where you can explore a structured path. We'll cover everything from the basics of different soap types to the essential chemistry behind ingredients like lye and oils. You'll also find guided articles on using natural colorants, incorporating essential oils, and creative ways to decorate your bars with flowers, herbs, and decoupage techniques. Plus, the tab offers practical help for troubleshooting common mistakes, managing issues like soda ash, and ensuring your finished bars are stored correctly for long lasting freshness. Now, I will show you how to get help and connect with the community on soapmakingfriend.com. If you're stuck on soap recipe or have a question, the forum is the best place to find answers. If you don't have a specific question but want to see what others are talking about, just click the new post button. This gives you a quick feed of all the latest discussions so you can keep learning from other soap makers. If you have a specific question, click the orange post thread button at the top.
This will open a menu where you can choose the right place to post your question, like Soap Making Friend support. Once you click on your category, you'll see a screen like this. Here is how you can set up your post. Type in clear title, like need help with lavender lye ratio. Type your question here. For example, hi everyone, I'm new to the soap making friend calculator and I'm currently working on a batch of lavender soap. I'm unsure if I have calculated the lye ratio correctly for this amount of shea butter. Could someone please double check my settings? Thank you. Once you're happy with your message, just click the post thread button at the bottom. And that's it. That's a great way to support your projects. Happy soap making! If you enjoy watching the video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.